What's happening, guys? I'm Dan. Welcome back to the channel. Thanks so much for clicking on the video. We're diving back into more Michigan craft beer, my favorite craft beer. This time it's coming from Arbor Brewing Company. These guys are actually originally out of Ypsilanti, Michigan, but I believe there is a second location in Plymouth, Michigan. So, really cool spot. Honestly, I've been to the one in Plymouth, have not been to the one in Ypsi, but a lot of cool ties to Arbor from Leelanau County, and actually the 2023 Harvest IPA, which we have here, is fresh hop IPA straight off the farm on the Leelenau Peninsula. So really cool, and they do have largely Leelanau County ties, big time. So some of the owners of that company definitely drawn to this area / live in this area part-time. So that's a kind of a cool detail that maybe some of you wouldn't know about Arbor. But I've never had this. I think they brew it once a year, and there is no canned on date, but I swear that I saw a different can with a canned on date on it. So I don't know if it was one per 6-pack. I think this is coming in around $11.99 for a 6-pack, so pretty good value. But again, I can't remember what that canned on date is, and I don't know why it's not on my can. But I think this is under 2 months old. I just don't know how fresh it is. I don't think it's a month or less fresh, if I remember correctly, but we're just gonna go and see what we're working with. So again, Harvest IPA coming in at 6%, brewed with Chinook and Comet hops. So really cool for being in this area especially. So let's try this one and see what it's like for you guys. What hop IPAs, I love them. Fresh IPAs, love them. Most notably, I love the Lagunitas Born Yesterday. That was freaking delicious this year. And honestly, I didn't like it as much when I had it the second, third, and fourth time. I liked it that instantly fresh day I had it. So it just kind of degrades quickly, and these hops are best fresh. So that's my little gripe, I have to say. And obviously we look like we have a New England style in the glass, but it's definitely on the hazy end of the spectrum. A lot of these wet hop / fresh IPAs are on the hazy side. Not time to really clear this out when brewing. They brew it pretty quickly, so I don't know. Let's go to an aroma. Smells really good, actually. Fresh hoppy goodness, like pine cone, sticky, pine tree, but citrusy, like almost like a zesty tangerine and grapefruit. A little bit of earthy floral, maybe. Small bit of like white bread / maltiness on this top here, but it's got this little citrus zest, and then it's got maybe like some stone fruit or some sort of tropical genericness thrown in the mix. It's hard to say. I think it's more on the citrus end of the spectrum. But it smells good. It smells very fresh still, and there's no degradation to the nose, in my opinion. But let's just dive in. It's the 2023 Harvest IPA from Arbor, guys. Let's check this one out. Cheers. So, definitely a little bit maltier. Got a little bit on the nose, but it's definitely like a sweeter, malty quality, like a buttery kind of honey sweetness that comes off. But again, you're getting a little bit of that doughy maltiness as well. But it's like a zesty citrus, maybe like, it's not tropical, I wouldn't say. I think it's maybe a little stone fruity, maybe a little peachy cantaloupe thing in here. But predominantly, I'd say it's grapefruit and tangerine, maybe a dash of Meyer lemon. It just has like a little bit of like earthy, spicy floral in here too. Like it's just got this little touch on it, like almost like a little touch of black pepper, if you will, on those fresh hops. Again, that sticky honey pininess definitely sticking out in this one. It's a pretty even kilter beer. Like it doesn't really pop you in any one direction. I will say the most notable thing is that little like spicy / zesty citrus that comes off the top, but there is a little bit more maltiness than maybe some would be accustomed to. But I think this is actually really tasty. It's got this nice little like grassy herbal note in here. Again, this woodsy kind of floral popping off the top as well, and it really just ends with subtle to moderate bitterness on the back end. But again, it's even kilter. It's just we're not smashing our palate in one direction. It's very nice and even flow here. Even flow, you know what I'm saying? Old timers know that one. It's just a really solid beer from start to finish. But again, there is this malty sweetness that comes off it. And it does transition into a little bit of herbally, floral sweetness and a little bit of subtle bitterness on the back end. Again, grassy, zesty, citrus, maybe peachy cantaloupe, but really it's just an evenly good beer from start to finish. I like it. I think it brings a little bit of the Michigan qualities to the table, and it just feels like home to me. Obviously, straight off the Leelenau Peninsula, we like this. So one of the better Michigan beers, if you will. I don't know if it's strictly Michigan because I don't really like our hops sometimes, but this one I do enjoy. I think it's a lot better than some of the other offerings in the Michigan area. At least with our local hops and such. So tasty beer. It's not like outrageously delicious, but it's very tasty at the end of the day. And I'm willing to give this one a 3.85 out of 5. It's just really solid. And I think it's even a little bit better than solid if you ask me. So that's where I'm sitting today, guys. It was Arbor Brewing Company, the 2023 Harvest IPA. I'm Dan. I'm over and out. Catch you on the next review. And don't forget, Leelanau County is the best place to live in the whole world. Cheers.